Hello YouTube, today we're going to be talking about the new boss Baran and some core mechanics you might need to know before you attempt it if you never attempted the mode before and are trying to grind before you do it. I'll show you some of the mechanics that the boss has and the way I used to clear it, and if it's done or not, if it's easy or not. Of course, I'm going to talk about an easy mode. I can't clear the normal mode yet. The power level is a bit higher than what I can achieve right now. And I will talk a bit about the core system and what you get when you clear the mode. So how about we go to the mode? As you can see, if you want to farm cores, you can defeat the Baran, the Demon King. And to do that, you enter the mode. You have to use the raid ticket just like in the other mode, and you have one more boss than the other mode. Here you have one floor, another floor, another floor, and then you have the boss. It's one more floor than the other mode, but you can use more. You can grind more rewards with more floors, so overall it's better that there's another floor compared to the other version. So the first boss we have is the skeleton boss. You fight it in the story, I believe. Once it's constantly shooting stuff out, but with a good enough team. I'm using this team. I have Charlotte for the Charlotte or Harper. Harper. I have Harper for the shield break. I have a healer and Semi for healing and Mireille for damage. So I use Harper to defeat the boss's break bar, switching to Hansemi for the healings and buffs, and then going to Amami Mireille to deal as much damage as possible. An important thing about this fight is that he has a mechanic that summons. You're taking damage, but there's some spots you have to go before it ends, and I believe it's 5. There will be a video showing how to do it in the screen. It's 5, I believe, and you have to go into each one, and if you go into each one fast enough, you stop his attack and you can deal a ton of damage after that. It does it twice, so if you do it once, deal a lot of damage, you will go into the same attack again, so you have to trigger the same attack pattern again. The second time you will be dealing more damage, and it's more annoying to do the second time. You have to time the dodges. In my version I didn't really time it correctly, but I still did it anyway. So you can there's room for error if you're strong enough, and yeah, that's pretty much all you have to know about that version of the fight. The rest is just dealing as much damage as you can before time runs out. This is the same as the other mode, just farm some buffs or blessings and then going to the second floor. Second floor you Sang Jin Hu, and this time you're going against Ezil. I believe she's the one from the story. In the story mode, I don't think maybe you have seen her already. It's the demon girl. In this fight, you're not really going to fight against her. Personally, it's her, but it's an armor. You don't really know if you haven't seen which one is behind the mask. You don't know who she is. But she's really fast. She attacks really fast, and she's constantly going around the field really fast. So you have to be careful to not die because of how fast she is. But it's doable. If you fail the first time, you just have to do a couple more times and you'll get a feeling of the speed at what she goes. And then there's only one mechanic that you have to be aware of, which is she summons 2 fragments in opposing sides of the field, and you have to destroy both really fast. So you have to destroy one, go all around the field, and then destroy another one. If you do that, she will be in a weakened state and you can deal as much damage as you want. And once she's low enough, she goes into the air and starts shooting down, but you just need to look at the floor and walk far enough from the damage spots to don't take any damage, so it's not that hard. She's just really fast, so it's a bit annoying until you get down her timings. Next we have Demon Castle Spire. You're fighting Baran in his dragon, so it's not Baran in itself you're fighting, it's more the dragon. And if you have done the last mode in the Encore or instance, I don't remember which one it was, you'll be more or less familiar with the dragon, at least how to attack him. But in this version he has a different abilities. He will be more on the floor and not flying as much as in the instance dungeon or in core mission, I don't remember which one, but he doesn't fly as much. Once you get him low enough, he's going to be in absorbing mode, I guess you can call it that, where he's going to absorb some souls. If you walk around fast enough and collect as much souls as you can, you will stop him from doing his attack and he will be in a weakened state. So once you achieve that, you can deal as much damage as you want, and then once he is low enough, he's going to go into the air as well and start shooting down. You just have to look at the floor and dodge it. It's not that hard. You just have to make sure you don't waste abilities before he goes into those two modes. And lastly, the last fight, the Demon's Castle, the fight against Baran. In this fight you'll be going against Baran himself. He has two stages, so don't go and waste your ultimate in the first phase. The first phase is not that hard. You're going to fight him, he's going to shoot a laser, and sometimes thunder will come down from the air and go everywhere, so you have to just make sure you don't get hit by the thunders. And once you get him to a certain threshold, he's going to summon walls that come to you, and you have to dodge them by going to the specified spots. There will be some zones in the wall that you can go through without getting hit, so if you just have to be careful to not hit the wall and just go around and dodge the walls when they come to you. Once that's done, sometimes you'll have a mechanic. If you are dealing enough damage and you break him faster, if you break him, he's going to take a lot of damage, so if you break him really fast, you're going to skip that phase if you kill him before that phase appears. But if you don't, he will go into a sort of giant mode where he strikes you twice with his sword. You just have to look at him and get down the timing. You might miss once or twice, but it's not that hard. And once he swings twice, Ezil Ghadir will appear to protect you. You just have to go to her and go below the shield, and Baran will strike the shield will block the attack and break him, and you can just attack him and kill him there. Then it goes into second phase. In the second phase is really fast, so you have to be careful with how fast he is, and just make sure you don't die to his attacks. He starts to spin a lot, and when he does that, you have to. It's usually red when that happens. You just have to dodge the first time and go into the opposite direction, and he will miss you again and again. It does that 3 times. So on the third, if you dodge him and you have the dodge ability up, you can shadow step into his back and you won't get hit by the attack. And then just keep attacking him, keep breaking him. The thunders will still keep coming. He's going to do the laser attack as well. So most of the mechanics are the same as the first phase. But then he was going to do an attack where he kind of disappears. You might see him if you catch him fast enough, but it's more of a feeling, and you'll see some attacks going around you. It's when you have to dodge, but it's quite tricky. It will require some training to dodge his attacks, but he basically goes invisible and strikes you 3 times, and if you're not familiar with it, you might die to the attacks. But once you're done that, you just have to break him, use your ultimate, deal as much damage as you can. If you kill him, then it's over. But if you don't kill him after he does that and you ultimate and whatnot, he's going to go into some sort of cutscene where you have to press the F key to basically time it correctly. It's 3 times as well, and you go into a cutscene and just fight normally. I think if you win, I didn't really miss any. I missed 1, I didn't miss the 3, so I don't know if you'll get dealt a ton of damage if you missed all of them, but I assume you'll do. But if you get more than him, you basically can deal a ton of damage and kill him after. And yeah, that's about it for the fight against Baran. And now about the cores. Once you fight, you'll receive this heroic level, at least on the normal, on the easy phase course, and they have passives. Depending on which you get, you'll get different passives, and they also tell you which element needs them. So if you go into the character selection, for instance, on Shine, as you can see, I have one equipped. You will get this course, and as you can see, it says activates when a light hunter equips it. So you need to use it on a light to activate the ability, and the ability reads that when I use the ultimate, my basic skills have a critical hit damage increased by 12%. So it's really good on Shine, and that's what you have to be careful about, is what type of passives that is. You can use other ones just to use them, and they also have a main and substat, so you have to make sure you have the correct stats for your characters. For instance, I have attack percent and damage increase on my Shine, which is really good on her. I have this one, even though it's the different passive, it's still for light hunters, and it has defense percent and not attack percent main stat. If it had the attack percent main stat, I would use this one as well, but I don't, so there's really no point in using. But when you level up, and this is important, they will ask you to use other cores. As you can see, if you do auto select, I only have rare selected, but you could put heroic and legendary if you don't care about the heroics, but make sure you don't waste your cards on the level to level up the other ones. You can see I choose these two, and if I level up, I increase my power, and it's now level 4 out of 10. And that's pretty much it about cores and the fights on this workshop of Brilliant Light and the fight against Baran. Oh, and before I leave, just one more thing. Sang Jinwoo has one tailored for him, like always. I don't have any right now because there's really no good ones, but as you can see, this only activates when Sang Jinwoo equips it, so there's no point in using it on hunters. It just doesn't really have anything useful for my Sang Jinwoo, so I could equip it just to increase a bit of the power. As you can see, I'm almost to 200,000 power on Sang Jinwoo, and by equipping this I gain a bit of power. So you can equip them just for the extra power they provide, and when you get better ones you can just replace them. There's no point in really having them sitting on your account without using them. But yeah, that's it about the course. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I see you in the next one. Goodbye!